Just so you know, Daft Monks is half talk show, half actual play campaign that features adult language and topics. Viewer discretion is advised.
Let's get to it. Yeah.
Hello and welcome back to the Daft Monks podcast. Nate, what is on the agenda today?
A little bit of housekeeping, Nate, and a little bit about a recent film, a little something called Deadpool 3.
Ooh, how was it?
Oh, man, Nate.
Ooh, because I wasn't going to go to the theaters to watch it until I saw that Channing Tatum is Gambit, and Gambit is one of my absolute favorites. So I've seen the clips from it, and I'm like, I've got to fucking go. So this Saturday, I'm going to go watch it.
That was actually, Nate, I'm not kidding, my favorite part of the movie
No
is
way.
the Gambit stuff.
Yeah.
Do you know, like, the joke with him and stuff, or one of the recurring jokes?
I know that when they still had the X-Men franchise, they were supposed to do a Gambit movie, and Channing Tatum was a front runner for Gambit, and it just didn't pan out. And I guess he's just the worst with accents, but honestly, I've heard some Creole, and he sounds pretty fucking close, man. Like, I get it, it's coming from Channing Tatum, so it looks funny,
Yeah.
but if you don't look at his face while he's doing it, it sounds pretty close.
Yeah, I won't spoil it for Nate. It's funny. It's definitely a little bit of a slow build, but the laughs keep you going, so that's fine.
So to go with this, sometimes Corbin's autism really breaks my heart. So I went out on a limb and I text him and I'm like, hey, do you want to just go to the movie, just me and you on Saturday? No. He replies back. One word answer, no. And that instantly shut me down on my end of the phone because a normal person that would really hurt my feelings. But I was like, okay, suck it up, Nate. And then I asked him, well, why not? We're supposed to play D&D that day. I'm like, no, we're going to play D&D on Friday. Okay. And then he still didn't reply about the fucking movie. And I'm like, okay, do you want to go see the movie? Maybe. One word answer. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, man, he's really cutting me deep. So then I complained to Megan about it. And after she told him that I would get him sushi and boba, and all he had to do was sit through the movie with me, he was on board.
All he had to do was be bribed, and then he would tolerate an experience with
Yes,
you.
yes. It really broke my heart because I'm thinking I'm doing this father-son bonding thing. I'm gonna go take him to see an R-rated movie, you know? And he just shit all over me.
Also, the D&D is with you, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's like you guys can reschedule your own
Yes.
D&D.
It really cut me deep.
I don't know, they just like autism or not, just being a kid, they don't think it through.
Yeah, he is almost a teenager, I guess. If I was a teenager, I wouldn't want to hang out with my dad. He's lame. But I'm cool.
Do you ever think about like one day he'll go back maybe and like listen to these perhaps?
I don't think Corbin ever will, but Roscoe might.
You think so?
Yeah, because he cares about stuff like that.
I don't know, you'd be surprised. Like, you don't know how or when nostalgia will hit your kids in the future, you know? You get hit by a bus in 3 years, and this is the only thing he has to
Ooh.
remember you, which would be very sad.
What a memory to leave behind. Be like, Dad really hated these horror movies that he said he loved. He just keeps going rants about them.
Well, on that note, Nate, people just keep saying, get to the campaign. So we're going to do that. But first, I just want to do some housekeeping because in between our like 8-month breaks, podcasting technology changes, shockingly. So
Yep.
lots of cool new features, Nate. So one is that in our every episode description, there's a really cool link now right at the top that says send us a text message. Anybody can do it. You click that, it opens up your text. It will have some text before that. Just continue typing your text, but leave the part it pre-populated for you. And you and I, Nate, will get a text if people send that.
That's exciting.
You know, for a while we used to say leave a comment, but there was actually no way in podcasting to do that. We were basically saying go on social media and leave us a comment. But that's not the case anymore. You can literally send us a message. And honestly, I would laugh hilariously if someone was like, this show fucking sucks.
Yeah.
I don't care what you guys say. I think Nate and I need to know someone's listening, even if you're hate listening.
Right.
Just hit that. If you ever think we're like, dude, that was funny, or I just want to say anything to either of the Nates, hit that link and yeah, send a text and it goes right to Nate and I. Second, I did want to add that in Spotify, it now literally has commenting. So in the past episodes, we were like, oh, we could add polls, and it was super fucking tedious. And I had to go and add a poll. I had to say for how long the poll was available. It was stupid. I'd add options. Nobody used it. Now there's just literally commenting like it's a Facebook thing. So now literally you can go to an episode and just publicly, I think I may have to approve them in Spotify or something. It's very new, but you could just leave a comment on an episode for anybody to see.
Whatever you say, it's going to get approved.
Oh yeah, I promise. Yes, I swear. As long as like it doesn't violate Spotify's whatever, which it probably wouldn't let me publish it anyway. But as long as like Spotify doesn't care, I don't care. Once again, you can say, "Wow, this show really sucks," and I'll publish it. I swear.
Say the creepy clown guy is way funnier than these
What's
guys.
that guy's name? Can we say it?
Yeah. What is that? I texted to you and I told you it. I can't fucking for the life of me remember it right now.
We digress. So you can leave comments in Spotify. That's awesome. You can send, regardless of what podcast app you're using, you can click the link to send us a text. And then lastly, this is pretty minor, but if you're listening from Apple Podcasts, they recently just got a very basic feature that Spotify's had forever, which is now the timestamp within the description that jumps to the episode. They had chapters, so you had to like open the chapters to skip to the campaign, but now you can just click the timestamp in the episode description. So that's a little bit easier. I personally don't really navigate through chapters.
No, I just listen to it.
Yeah.
Deal with it.
Well, I know I imagine most people like don't actually want to hear the beginning part of our episode, but fuck them.
So. Yeah, you're getting it. Deal with it.
And with that, Nate, I'm very excited about today's episode. So you just want to dive in?
Let's just jump into it.
Daft Monks, hey, Phantom in the machine, hey, disconnect your screen, yeah, we trapped in the regime, we don't recognize the world, this reality's a dream, they've been watching from the citadel, so we can never leave, nah, Daft Monks in another paradigm, cybernetic state of mind, another state of mind, rocking with them Daft Monks, let's take a deep dive, taking over circus, it's the code we gotta live by, yeah, we the Daft Monks, hey, living as an avatar, healing up my battle scars. Corruption left the planet dark. So we plugged in like we had to charge.
Last time on Daft Monks, the two guys came and found my lair, and it was like really cool to actually have company over, you know, even though my grandpa was all involved, and I was like, get out of here, you old man. And it was fine. So then we went ahead and they wanted to use my hacking prowess to check on some cameras. And it just so happened that I already had the tab up. It was very convenient. It's almost like I'm a mind reader, you know? And then we found out that the one guy, Ash, his girlfriend was stolen, right, by a robot guy who was eating cake, even though he didn't need to eat cake, and then it fell all over the floor. Like, who's gonna clean that up? Because you're stealing the lady from her apartment, you know? And then you close the door behind you, you just left cake on the floor. There's gonna be ants if she ever gets back there. And there's also a big Russian broad there, but that's besides the point. That's kind of all that really happened on the last episode, as far as I'm concerned. This is Inferno.
So episode starts, they're still at Inferno's lair. Ash, Roy, and Ryan.
Inferno!
Inferno have been devising a plan to get them installed into the Paradigm games. Right, I just want to make sure I have everything like committed for this plan to memory, because I'm just a little nervous. You know, these Gunko guys are a little bit out there.
Yeah, I follow you, Roy. Go ahead.
Okay, so Proxy, who is a really stand-up gal, is in danger, but Inferno has yet to pinpoint possible locations. So in the meantime, I guess we have no choice but to go to Gunko, take this USB, which is still a thing, apparently. It's USB 17.
It's a star shape. It's really weird.
Yeah. And we have to install this onto the computer, and this will add us into the Gunko directory, and it will look like we're authentic employees of the Paradigm Games without signaling any kind of alarms or anything.
That sounds pretty accurate. That's the plan that Inferno came up with. I was questioning Gunko at first, but he said he knows people there, and it is the slackest as far as security goes of the corporations that are entered in the Paradigm Games. So why the fuck not?
The only thing I'm concerned about is, like, these guys are literally gun manufacturers. I feel like in terms of a place to infiltrate, this might be the most physically dangerous place to visit.
Right. But if you believe what they believe, you're only safe if everybody has a gun. I think that's actually their motto. It says it right here.
Speaking of everybody having a gun, apparently the day we selected is bring your kindergartner to work day. So we're going to have to pick up the kid, which makes me even more nervous. I can't believe we're going to bring a child into this facility, but so is everybody, so it's the only way we're going to blend it.
Well, we needed to check on him anyways, so it's probably the safest bet. Who knows what he's doing to Jer or my apartment. Hey guys, don't forget, you can take that extra equipment that I set aside for you.
No, we don't want your anime sleeping pillow.
Yeah, I think he's talking about that two things over there on the table. There's a cool looking hammer that I've already called dibs on. And then you have like a paper towel roll, cardboard thing.
Inferno, are these things really going to be helpful? Can you just go over it one more time?
All right, I'm telling you, the hammer. Ash already knows what to do with it. It's a gravity hammer, but I've made a few alterations to it. Actually, Pop did, because he's more of a mechanic style guy. You're welcome. Not now, Pop. Now, just play with the hammer a little bit. You'll get used to it. It's a weapon, all right? As far as you, Roy, that is a special device that I came up with myself that has some secret features, but it's mostly just a blow dart gun that you use for like infiltrating and getting information out of people.
So I just want to clarify, Ash gets a super high-tech gravity hammer.
Really badass looking, yeah.
And I have an Amazonian-looking fucking toilet paper towel tube with a Nerf dart inside of it.
Should I have painted it black?
No, I kind of like the pink.
Okay. It has a little unicorn dangling off the tip of it.
I'll like stick it in my pocket, and it's not very big, so I guess it's like an easily to carry.
Oh, check this out, Roy. And I like push a button, and all of a sudden it like scrunches down into the size of a wallet. My hammer, and I just put it in my pocket. That's pretty sweet, huh?
Yeah, it's cool until you lose it.
Oh, don't worry about that, Ash. After you put your thumbprint on it, it has geolocation tracking on you. It'll always find you, kind of like Mjolnir.
Thanks, Inferno. Is that built into mine by any chance?
Pop, did you build that in? I didn't have time for the sissy boy's pink stick. I'm sorry. I'm trying to fix the car over here, and nobody's helping me. 3 grown men are just hanging around doing nothing while an old man is over here working. My hands are sore. Yeah, are you almost done with that? Oh, okay.
He's real nice. Your Pep.
I think he sucks. He's always hanging around smelling like Ben Gay. It's disgusting. I can hear you.
Okay, well, all right, let's just make our final preparations. What?
One little hiccup, fellas. It's bring your kindergartner to work day at Gunco tomorrow. So, like, do you have a kindergartner? Because I don't want you to look weird showing up and not having a kid. But I also don't want you to go steal a kid, because that would be also bad, you know?
Roy's actually trying to be like, he doesn't know if you should tell him about the boy. That's like the one piece of information he really hasn't disclosed yet.
Yeah, we're keeping to ourselves.
Nah, we babysit our neighbor's friend all the time, or child all the time, so.
Yeah, it's almost like a program thing, Inferno. Like, like bigger brother kind of thing. We both do that together. It's awesome.
Big brothers.
2 brothers.
Let's walk into the shop and describe the current state of your vehicle at the moment.
It is the frame of my truck, but it has definitely been pieced together with parts that they had laying around. Pop definitely is handy as a mechanic, so everything looks sturdy and in working order. It just looks like a fucking hodgepodge, a mess. There's different colored car parts all over it. The tires look like they're different sizes. For some reason, there's like some cannons mounted on the side of it, but they're like pirate cannons. They're not like Gatling gun cannons. So I don't know what the deal is with that. My driver's seat has been replaced with a rocking chair, and apparently that was ergonomic. Like there's a little note that says, "For your back, you'll thank me later." And there's also a little butterscotch candy in both cup holders. So that's the current state of my truck.
I also want to say, like, one of the like Frankenstein piece of materials that was used to like patch up your vehicle, like your hood, is like a State Farm advertisement.
It's a State Farm hood from like a NASCAR car. Beautiful. Fucking beautiful. I told him anything but red, man. Red's too gaudy. And now we have fucking State Farm. I gotta look at it the whole time I'm driving. No, it's fine. It's fine. There's not even a seatbelt in this thing, Roy, because it's a rocking chair. But I'm not gonna complain. It's running. It's fine.
We love it, Pep. Thanks.
Oh, you're welcome, fellas. I'd pinch your cheeks if my hands weren't greasy from working the last 72 hours straight on this vehicle.
That's why we love you, because you never complain.
All right, now scram. We got some shit to do.
All right, so we get back on the highway, and we're like, cruising back towards Beacon.
Yep, back to the apartment.
So, how's it drive?
It's actually not bad. Like, it is really fucking smooth. And I'm not going to lie to you, Roy. This rocking chair that I am sitting in right now feels great on my fucking back, bro. It's not bad.
I would have never thought a wooden rocking chair would have been ergonomic in any way, shape, or form, but you're killing it, man. You look like that's some real swagger you got, and street cred.
There's something about this. I want to kind of fire off one of these cannons. I got an idea. There's this gang of hot rodders. They're not really hot rodders, like only 2 of them own cars, but it's definitely a gang. You might have heard of them. They're called the Bougie Boys.
The Bougie Boys?
Yeah, they're super into high fashion and tech, and it's obnoxious, really, because you can't really understand the main guy, but it's something else, I tell you what. But I've had a run-in with them a couple times, and they're always trying to race me. But now I feel in this bad boy, I think I could take him.
Ash, if there's anything I know, it's that you've earned time to flaunt, to build your ego and your self-esteem, and to just be proud of yourself. So let's go rub it in those Bougie Boys' face right now.
Fuck yeah. I just wish that Pop had time to paint it, but it's whatever. So the Bougie Boys are known to be on the corner of...
Dolce Drive and Gabbana Getaway.
Yeah. It's a short road. Only a few people live on it. We pull up. It takes us probably another half an hour, maybe out of our way, to get this area. And immediately, the town seems like it shifts. It goes from dirty, grungy cyberpunk to all of a sudden the streets are very clean. And all the sidewalks have red carpet rolling down the middle of it. And there's lots of like flashing lights like from cameras, but there's no cameras anywhere. It's just like the bulbs are breaking in all of these lights going around. And everybody is wearing the latest fashions in the city of Beacon. There are cybernetic hair plug accessories that allow your hair to change color depending on your mood. There is exotic furs that have been synthetically crafted and created. And it's just things like that. Of course, the nail techs are there. And that shit is just outrageous in this part of town as opposed to the rest of Beacon. Everything is just over the top here on this one fucking block of town.
I also want to imagine, like, we're not really near, like, downtown. Like, we're really, like, more, like, close to a suburb.
Yeah, a couple streets up, you actually get into the nice parts. Like, if there was a middle class, it would definitely be upper middle class. So, like, why this gang hangs out here, I do not know. But here they are.
Ash, oh my god, like, I feel like I'm in the Hunger Games capital. This is wild.
Oh, yeah, it gets even weirder, dude. Wait till you talk to these people. It's pretty outrageous. And try to, like, straighten up a little bit. Like, they won't even take you serious if you have, like, dirt on your nose or crumbs on your shirt. They're jerks, dude. They're just high-quality jerks, these people.
Well, good news for you. I raided Inferno's girlfriend disguise closet.
Ooh.
And grabbed a couple things that I thought would be helpful.
Was that in that room we weren't supposed to go in?
Yeah, I totally went in there. Check this out. And I grabbed, what's that, like, dumb hat that nerds
Fedora?
wear all the time? Yeah, I grab a fedora and I'm like, and I, like, stick it on my head.
Huh. You know what? I think it suits you, Roy. You look amazing with that fedora on.
Just call me a bougie boy.
You got it.
As I say that, you see people, like, outside of our car, like, just start to surround the vehicle.
Like, kind of pressing up on it, like, chest bumping it. I'm like, here we go, Roy. I hope you're ready for this. And I roll down the window. It used to be a button, but now it's just a manual roll down window thanks to Pop Pop. He could have at least sprayed some fucking WD-40 on this thing, but it's okay.
Good afternoon, local bougie boys.
All of a sudden, you notice that there's actually a PA system currently surrounding the block, and very loud music starts blaring. I guess it could be considered runway music. It's just a steady beat, but that's it. It's just it'd be like the worst techno that you've ever heard. It's like they got it from the free section. You know, when we're scanning to buy music, like this is free. Like, okay, yep, that's where they got it from.
Ash, I am digging these jams. This is if music played on every block, this would be phenomenal.
Oi, what are you two boys doing here? Calm down, Roy. Hey, we're looking for Pierre. All right, where's he at? Oh, you're that guy, eh? Oh, all right. And then he like turns around in a 180, but his hips kind of like dip up and down as he's walking, and his feet actually walk in a perfectly straight line as he's walking down this red runway. It's kind of crazy how accurate he is.
Ash, I couldn't walk that way if I tried. That's Beacon's next top model bullshit.
Don't get too hyped up about it, Roy. I think they actually have like implants that they put in to help him walk like that. I think they can't walk any other way after doing the surgery.
I want to say that guy like walks up to like a dumpster and like laying on top of the dumpster is...
So it is a man wearing a black and white striped long sleeve shirt. He has an ascot on, but we can't see the end of it yet, and he's wearing one of those funny berets. But he is laying down with his legs crossed, almost like he's in some kind of weird seductive pose, like when you would lay on a bearskin rug. And his cigarette seems like it's at least 1.5 feet long. And on top of that, he also has one of those cigarette filters that is also 1.5 feet long. So this guy has a 3-foot long cigarette that he's currently smoking. And then the big guy that we talked to with the weird British accent or whatever the fuck accent that I used talks to him, and then he unwraps his legs very quickly and sits up, and he starts walking towards us, this exact same walk that we saw earlier, and his ascot is still trailing behind him. Like, he's probably 30 fucking feet away from us, and his ascot is still coming. Like, we do not see the end of it. And it is all kinds of different colors. It's like, it sparkles, it shines, it's matte in some spots. It's very weird fabric.
Ash, I think this person is better than us on every single level and every single criteria of a human being.
That's just what these boozy boys want you to think, Roy. Don't fall for their trap. It's all just fluff and mirrors, you know? Don't fall for this shit. Trust me.
And as you finish saying that, he like leans in. He's like, "Boom, boom, 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 boom."
Hey, Pierre. This is my friend Roy. As you can see, I just acquired a new set of wheels, and I'd like to test them out against you if you think you're man enough for it.
He like holds up a finger, like to tell you to like pause and wait, and then he like looks up Roy, like up and down.
Oh, this hat might be ugly, but at least you can take it off. You will be ugly forever.
And then he like blows like a heart-shaped like fucking smoke from his 1.5 long cigarette.
Don't try to stumble fuck my buddy over here, all right? His hat looks nice. Roy, man, cover up your nipples, dude. It's not the time. Like,
I can't help myself. Look at that ascot.
put a fucking blanket on over it.
Your friend looks so excited. But I am even more excited to have our rematch, Ash.
Yeah, I am too, Pierre. So, what vehicle are you bringing this time? That piece of shit from overseas that you had last time? Huh? With the fancy interior?
Oh, that's so 2084, Ash. Today I drive the Oldie Donk.
The old donkey?
No, Oldie Donk. It means like wow factor. Because us bougie boys, we are so impressive, unlike your racing.
Just now, I take my eyes off of him and look out my windshield, and the rest of the bougie boys are all gathered around, but they're all just striking poses to nobody. Just like, hand gestures and everything. All right, you're bringing the donk, and I'm bringing this thing. All right, check out this bad boy, and I point to my rocking chair. Ergonomics, Pierre. You wouldn't know anything about ergonomics. You don't even care about comfort.
Oh, mi amor, Ash, is that a rocking chair, perhaps?
Mahogany. You bet your ass it is.
What an absolute rhetoric. It is making me about as hard as that stiff backing that you have.
I look behind me, and Roy's nipples are poking me in the back. And I'm like, damn it, Roy, stop. You're embarrassing me in front of Pierre.
Ash, I don't know whose team I'm on anymore.
You don't want to be them. It's all fake, man. All right, Pierre, we doing this or what? Are you going to race this time, or are you going to send old fucking dumpy nuts over there coming over?
No, Ash, I saved the best for you, as always. Usual course, usual rules.
Yeah, that works for me. Oh, shit, there is dumpy nuts. There's like just some naked guy walking across, but apparently that's high fashion.
Do not diss the dumpy nuts. He expresses minimalism to its most extreme and accepted form.
But he didn't have to race me with a bicycle last time, Pierre. That was disgusting.
And you still lost, my dear Ash.
I know.
Just like you'll lose now. You know, if we're going to do this, why don't we make it, how do you say, interesting?
Yeah, you want to up the ante? I'm down. I don't have much. I got something. Roy, what do we got?
Well, you got that cool hammer they just gave you.
No, terrible idea. We have a blow dart gun, if you're interested.
Yes, me and the bougie boys do like to blow from time to time. Yes, boys?
I knew you'd be interested. Well, what are you putting on the line, Pierre? Don't get so fast on me.
Aside from me, a reputation, perhaps,
Roy leans in. He's like, the ascot. I want the ascot.
I don't know if your football man shoulders would be able to rock this.
It's not for me. It's for the guy next to me.
Oh, yes, he could definitely rock this. Very well. One ascot for one paper towel holder.
That is the deal.
I'm like holding out my limp wrist.
I grab his fingers and just move my hand up and down. All right, let's do this. Oi, bougie boys, assemble. We got us a race. It's the longest anybody's ever scattered.
Yeah. They're all like doing that walk, but in different directions. And they're
Some
like
of-
pivoting 90 degrees to like turn.
Some of them are already on the other side of the road and want to walk to the other side, so it just takes even fucking longer.
We don't move at all. And then from behind us, we hear this like vehicle pull up. Like, and can you describe what the oldie donk looks like?
Ooh, so this is actually a very nice European model. It looks like a straight sports car, but the exterior has been wrapped in what looks like designer brand logos, kind of like a Louis Vuitton bag is the whole outside looking thing. The wheels are non-existent. This is apparently a hover model, and instantly makes Ash's blood boil because that really feels like cheating. But then if you look at the inside, it actually has a small disco ball coming down, and there's a hot tub in the back seat, and he's got like 5 other dudes back there with him. So that really gives me a good chance at this, you know?
It's fucking beautiful, Ash. Oh my god.
Don't fall for the flash, man. That's all they are. There's no substance. It's all just surface. You can't fall for it, Roy.
Désolé, mi amor Ash. I hate to recommend more than once, but you always come back wanting more.
I'm gonna win this time, all right? This isn't some 80s montage movie where I constantly lose until I learn a life lesson and then I come back and don't race you. This is for real. All right, look at my bad boy. I call it State Farm. It's what I call this thing.
How quaint. Well, bon chance.
And then what do you call that guy?
Dumpy nuts, yeah.
And then Dumpy Nuts comes with like the checkered flag on like each one of his hands and stands before the vehicles.
Gross.
And as he lifts up the flags, you finally get like a full-on frontal like of his stuff.
And he does, in fact, have really dumpy nuts.
Hey, Ash, I don't know if I should be in the vehicle. And then suddenly the flags go down. Yeah, and he starts going. And then you describe this race. I don't know.
Okay, so at first, they pull ahead rather quickly, but then that causes some sloshing in the hot tub, and you can tell that the flamboyant men in the back seat are getting angry. So Pierre slows down just a little bit, and that gives me an edge to come up beside him. This race that we have actually takes one 90-degree turn, and we are coming at it neck and neck. We take it hard, hitting it, but then they start pulling away from us fast. And then I look over at Roy. I'm like, Roy, there's only one option for us. We need a speed boost. Let's try those cannons.
I thought you were going to push me out of the vehicle.
That was idea number 2. I'm going to get you that ascot.
I've never been more dedicated to this than I am right now. What do I have to do? And what the fuck is a cannon?
I look across, like, I didn't really give it a once-over, but then I see, like, 2 brass, like, spindle dials, like, look like wheels on a stagecoach kind of looking thing. And I'm like, I guess you turn those, and then there's a little note above them that says cannons.
How the fuck is this supposed to be helpful?
I don't know.
I crank one of them, like, all the way to the right.
And all of a sudden, you crank it, and the cannon starts shooting out horizontally from the car, like it's getting in position to be fired. I'm like, keep cranking, Roy, keep cranking, do something. And now the other one comes out. We need him to get the face the other way. Is there anything for that? I don't know.
Hit the brakes and go reverse. It's the only way.
I tap the brakes really hard, and then all of a sudden the cannons do flip over. Yeah. I'm like, fire!
Roy just is like pushing buttons, like hoping for the best.
So as you're pushing buttons, like the dome light comes on, the heater comes on, the dashboard pops open a little bit, and like a hand sanitizing napkin comes out. More butterscotch falls from the ceiling, and then after like 20 buttons, you finally hit it, and we suddenly get a speed boost and fucking slam forward. And then there's a whole line of bougie boys waiting down at the end of the road, and there's a long red carpet actually going across the road this time, and they're waiting with cameras and shit. And we fucking pass them, no problem. I look over to the left just as we're passing, and Pierre's cigarette is fucking burnt down to nothing. He's got red in his eyes. He's pissed. His ascot is still flowing so far behind him. We can't even see the end of it still. It's back at the fucking dumpster where we started. I don't know how this thing fucking works. But we pass him. And then that's the race. I feel so much joy in my heart that my whole life I have been a fucking loser in this cyberpunk town that we live in, and I have finally fucking won something.
Pierre pulls up and he's like, C'est la vie, I guess you have won.
Thanks, Pierre. It was a long time coming. I know I've lost 20 times in a row against you guys, and I keep coming back, but I'm glad I got this one in the bag.
And he like leans over to his mechanic. I think we've proven we will have to fix the accelerator pedal in this vehicle. We will not be able to beat Ash anymore on just regular cruise control.
You see him starting to drain the hot tub in the back. Like, oh, this is a terrible idea. Like, oi, I told you not to fill the hot tub. We have a serious race going on. Right. So, we'll take that ascot, and then we have some stuff that we need to do, Pierre. It was great talking with you.
It has been a pleasure. Next time you are in town, why don't you come over and we discuss other matters? And he like winks at you.
Sure. I don't know what that means, but I will come back and
give me the ascot. And I just start like
you got a handle on it? Go, go, go. I feel out.
And for a while, like nothing happens. Like we're driving and it's pulling the ascot, but Pierre remains standing and it just continues to unfurl around him.
He has striked such a solid pose that it is fucking doing nothing. It's just flowing off of him like he's made of fabric, and we're unraveling him.
Well, Ash, do you feel better about yourself now? Do you think, one, do you have trust in your new vehicle, your new wheels of sorts? And two, why the fuck did we just do that?
Number one, I love this fucking truck. It is the best thing that has ever happened to me, and honestly, I I'm thinking about it, Roy, and this wouldn't have been possible if you didn't come into my life, man. So thank you for that.
I really love when you're vulnerable like this. Maybe next week we could.
And we did it because we wanted to win, Roy. Because I'm a winner. Believe it or not, I don't care what my fucking dad says. I'm a winner, and I'm going to make a name for myself in this town, and I'm going to write a fucking jingle. And then all of a sudden, I'm just really focused on the road. I got both hands gripping the steering wheel, and I'm just staring it down, almost frothing at the mouth. How intense I am right now.
And it just cuts to me like wrapping the fucking ascot like repeatedly around my neck.
It's still out the window, and we still have not seen the end of it yet.
We pull up to your neighborhood per usual. There's a bunch of like dumpster fires, and we'll call them local residents, habitating the road in a very disorganized fashion. And we're like, where are we going to park this? This is a pretty nice vehicle now. You might be at risk.
Don't worry. I have a plan. And we park right in front of the building, and I hop out into the back, and I just pull out a tarp. And I throw the tarp over the truck, and then I pick some bricks up off the ground that are just laying there, and I put one on the hood and one on the back, and then I slap my hands together. Done and done. That's pretty much incognito mode around here, Roy. You don't go looking under tarps.
All right, so we get in, we get to the hallway, we get to, because of course Ash has the last apartment at the end of the hallway, and you see the door is ajar.
Oh, fuck, Roy. You don't think they were, found us, right? Like, they didn't break in and try to do anything to the boy?
I don't know, we need to get in their stat. And I rush in.
Inside, it is completely different from where we left it. It is now very high-tech looking, but not. It's just the things that I had laying around, but now they're doing things. They're moving around. There's lights. I didn't know my apartment could be so bright. And no sign of the boy, it doesn't look like. And all of a sudden we hear some muffles from next door and some pounding. Oh, it's just fucking Jer. I don't care about that. Where's the boy? Boy, are you here? Boy?
We're home.
And all of a sudden, the sleeper couch that was just a normal sleeper couch now breaks apart horizontally, but with hydraulics and shit. And a platform is now raising from the center, and it's the boy just standing on the platform. What the fuck? What have you been doing in here?
Now that's what I call an entrance, Ash.
That was amazing, but I'm still pissed because where did you go? It's only a sleeper sofa. You can only go so far deep, and you just came rising up out of it. And I try to run and peek down, but before I can, he hops off the platform, and the doors just instantly shut on the sleeper sofa, and it just starts folding back down. What have you been doing? Look at my place. It's a mess, kind of.
He just smiles and looks at you.
All right.
I think it's better, Ash.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. All right, boy. We got stuff to do. We need you for a mission. You have to come with us. Have you done anything hilarious to Jer while I was gone?
He smiles and gives you the thumbs up.
Fuck yeah. All right. I'm going to deal with all this later, but right now, we need to go.
We're going to a picnic. And I grab the boy's hand. I'm like, let's go.
It's a company picnic. Don't get too excited about it.
And it's not actually probably going to have food or outdoors, but that's fine.
It should still be fun. I don't know anything about kids. It'll be a great time. Let's fucking go, dude. And
as we close the door behind us and start to head downstairs, you hear some noise coming from Jer's apartment again.
What the fuck is going on in there? And curiosity gets the best of me. So then I immediately run back into the apartment, and then I pull out this door that actually has a horn attached to it, and I put my ear up to the horn, and it's connected directly into Jer's apartment, so I can hear everything that's going on in there. What do I hear in there?
Hey, Mom, I hear my neighbors are back, and I've been having a really hard time, and I asked you here today because I thought maybe you could go talk to them. I really think something's going on. Oh, you think something's going on, Jer? You think that your internet bill, your water bill, you think every single utility went up? But it might be going on because of your neighbors? Yeah, I think that's, what else could it be, They are clearly stealing from you, Jer. We did not come from the mother country many millennia ago, so that your utilities could be stolen by, what? Some construction worker? Oh, man, Mom,
I really feel like you're being hard on me, and, we can't all be successful headhunters like you. Yes, I am a headhunter. I find professional executive positions to fill in corporations, and that is the only headhunting I do. I know, Mom. I know. It's just, okay. Well, do you want to go over and, knock on their door and talk to them? No, you will grow boons, and you will talk to them yourself, and you will take what is yours. I did not raise no pussy.
All of a sudden, a little robotic bird flies out of my apartment, and I notice it while my ear's on the horn, and I'm like, huh. And it just flies out the window, and then all of a sudden you hear tapping on Jer's window. Special message for one Jer living next door.
This has never happened before, Mom. This is exciting.
Open your window, Jer. Let's see what new way you can disappoint me this afternoon.
He opens the window.
Greetings from your neighbors in the apartment. This message is from everyone in the building. Fuck you. And then it flies off.
Oh, wow. That did not go as planned, Ma. I really... Please, shut up. We are taking you out today. I do not want to hear about your pathetic life. For 12 hours, we will pretend like you are a successful child who will bear children and extend my legacy. Okay, thanks, Mom. And at that point, you pull. You're like, hey, we gotta get out of here.
I'm like, oh, yeah, let's go. I know who that is. We need to go. Roy, let's get the car. Take your ascot. I'll get the boy.
All right, so we rush downstairs, which is way too much effort for Roy, and he's just kind of like, what was that about anyway? Because he couldn't hear anything that was, going through the door.
No shit, dude. Midas Underbite is fucking Jer's mom.
Wait, they're having sex?
No. Is literally Jer's mom, dude. And to top it off, the boy, he can build robots, apparently, because he made this fucking bird that went over there, knocked on Jer's window, and told him to go fuck himself. Hilarious. I almost started laughing.
Roy looks Ash dead in the eyes. Are you on some substances?
No, I don't think so, unless the boy has been letting out toxic fumes with all the shit he's been doing in the apartment. But I swear to you, that is exactly what I heard. Promise.
All right, fine. I mean, we just saw he built a custom, basically transformer bed pedestal. Fine. Maybe the boy did build a bird. That is his sole purpose is to fuck with Jer. But how do you know that Jer's mother is Midas Underbite? Because she never spoke to us, even though you keep insisting that she has a Russian accent. She never once said a word for us except, ugh.
We finally get to the bottom of the stairs, and directly behind us in the parking spot is a motorcycle that says Midas Underbite on it. It has a big gold jaw on the gas tank. I'm just like,
Wow. Nothing subtle in this city.
We should have seen that before we walked in, but we didn't. And here it is now.
Well, we need to get the fuck out of here. We don't have time for you to be right, okay? Fine, let's go. Let's get in the car. Let's get the fuck out of here before they get downstairs.
All right, let me get the tarp.
And as it cuts back over to Jer and his mother, and Midas Underbite's like, I wish you had learned to ride like every other member of family.
Just a tear rolling down his cheek.
And off in the distance, you see our vehicle make a fast turn.
As I was backing up, though, from the parallel park job, I totally smashed into the bike and they take off.
She's like, could this day get any worse? And the bird, the mechanical bird, somehow manages to take a oil shit on her shoulder.
Oops.
And then it flies away.
Yes.
All right, we pull up to Gunco and describe how the Gunco facility looks.
Now, most of the corporate buildings are very classy, high-rise, all glass, multicolored glass that change depending on the day, depending on the mood of the company. But Gunco is a little bit different. It almost looks like a Texas Roadhouse that's just been converted into office space. It still has the old Texas Roadhouse sign. There's peanut shells all over the floor.
Roy is like, this is exactly what I expected this place to look like.
I know, me too. Fucking corpse, am I right? Always tearing down local businesses to fucking make way for their offices and shit. It's disgusting.
What is a Texas, anyway?
No clue. But the food there was good. The butter, amazing. I have no clue. the steaks from the genetically engineered cows that they had. Fucking
Ash, the boy. And we look outside the window and he's already like walking into
Oh,
like
shit.
the main entrance of the building.
He needs an adult for kindergarten day. Okay. We're going in through the front, right? We have the credentials from Inferno. We should be able just to walk in casual.
Howdy, partner. Oh, go ahead and put those away. We don't need those here.
Oh, thanks, sir. Just here for kindergarten day, me and my roommate and our kid.
Well, where's his kid, partner?
We share this one. You know, times are tough here in the future.
Ah, you're one of those sister boys.
No.
It's okay, it's okay. We're lawfully required to support y'all's kind with our taxes and our faith.
We think all the gays should have guns.
When we say everyone should have guns, we even mean fellas like you. And he winks.
Thanks. And I look back and Roy's still wearing the fucking fedora and the ascot. And I'm like, shit. All right, thanks. Thank you.
Roy walks in and he like whispers into Ash's ear. Honestly, that could have went much worse.
You think? Like, to me, like that cut me a little bit deep, Roy. I don't know what you were witnessing when we walked in that door, but that right there really hurt my feelings.
Oh, because you're any less of a man because you thought we'd make a good parenting couple.
No, because I specifically...
And I like throw the ascot over my shoulder and walk away. This is why we never had children. Like, I walk away.
Damn it. We do have one. He's right here. He's gone. I'm like, fuck.
All right, so we walk in, and one of the first things Roy notices is a vending machine, but in the front, it just has a bunch of bullet holes, and that's because it literally vends handguns that are loaded, and when it drops, they just, like, misfire and, like, shoot through the front. And he's like, wow, this is some kind of... And then somebody walks up, some kind of awesome, ain't it?
Yes, it is. And you just spit tobacco all over my shoe. That is something. No wonder there's peanut shells all over the floor with all of that chew. Spitting.
Builds character, doesn't it, boys? And who's this little fella right here?
This is Boy. Say hi, Boy.
He doesn't.
No, he totally doesn't.
He just stares directly into the guy. The like pupils like dilate, somewhat seemingly like mechanically.
Ooh.
Well, he looks a little old for a kindergartner, but boys will be boys, am I right?
Sir, it's one thing for the guy out front to judge me and my partner, but now you come after our son. This poor kid has a condition to where he looks a lot older than he is. Benjamin Button disease, I think it's called.
Now, I didn't mean to infer anything of that sort. Here's the agenda for today. We have a couple different games, as you can see. All of them involve guns, because we believe here at Gun Go, everybody should be armed. Just, make sure to stay out back or down here on this first level. Everything's upstairs is where the good stuff happens.
I could tell that from the agenda being written on this gun that you handed me. I think that's awesome as well. And then I check the magazine and I'm like, oh, look, there's more notes. Is that a fucking directory carved into the magazine? That is very helpful. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Use what you know, am I right?
You are correct. I'm starting to get more in the mood now. I'm like, ooh, maybe these could be my people.
The guy walks away and Ash is trying to read the schedule on the magazine that you hand him. I have no clue what's going on right now.
Neither do I, because I'm trying to read this thing, and for some reason they used black print on a black gun, and I don't think the cogs run very smoothly around here, Roy. I just get that feeling.
Thank God this thing's empty, because I'm going to put it back on safe.
Well, I'm sorry that I'm not familiar with the guns, but it felt great in my hand. And you know what? I go over to the vending machine and I put in $1 and I get a gun from the vending machine.
It drops and immediately shoots through the thing, but not at you. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, Ash.
You know what? You're right. That was a bad call. I'm going to leave that in there for the next guy. And all of a sudden, 5 kindergartners come running by and one of them grabs the gun. I'm sure it's fine.
All right, Ash, if I'm reading this magazine schedule correctly, which, to be totally honest, I'm not sure I am reading it correctly, but It sounds like they're doing bobbing for hand grenades. And I think that might be a good time for us to go and make a phone call. And he like waits
Ooh.
very obviously.
I also agree, Roy, because that gives us time to go to the face painting with the blood of your enemies before they bob for the rifles. So that sounds like fun, right, boy?
He just gives like a thumbs up.
Oh, yeah. Okay, sweet. Fuck yeah, let's go. Let's do it. Some bonding time.
Are you fucking kidding me? And like you, Ash and the boy just kind of like walk off. And he's like, I'm not doing it. I'm not going out there. I am not condoning whatever the fuck is going on here.
Some guy walks up behind him. Hey, I like that scarf you got on.
Okay, over to the face painting.
God, happens every time.
So we get outside, and now there is a lot of people with children, without children. And I'm like, Ash, I don't think this is where we should be. This is the most congested point of the entire facility. I think we should go back inside, use the restroom, and do what we came here to do.
I look up, and my face is already painted. And it's in a very distasteful Native American pattern on my face. And all of a sudden, I also have a feathered headdress on with just one feather. And I'm like, you know what, Roy? You're right. We didn't come here for this. Even though this is awesome, we didn't come here for this. The PA comes on. Ladies and gentlemen, the bobbin for grenades is coming up within 5 minutes. Please have your raffle tickets ready. We are giving away not 1, not 2, but 3,000 rounds of ammo to one lucky person.
Roy looks over at Ash. Look, go ahead. I'm going to go do what I got to do, and you have fun.
I'm already checking my raffle ticket. Like, where did I even get it from?
Just keep the boy in your sight, okay? Promise me.
Yeah, at all times.
And I go back in, and I just look back. I stop one more time, look back, and I'm like annoyed with how much fun you're having. And then I head back inside.
We're on like little miniature ponies just riding around in a circle shooting off pistols. It's crazy. All this fits in a Texas Roadhouse. It's blowing my mind.
All right, so Roy goes inside. And it's still pretty much empty. Well, to the right, it looks like that's a elevator. I hit a button, and the elevator opens, and there's somebody in there.
Pardon me, sir. Just, you weren't interested in the festivities?
I take off my hat and like put it over my chest and bow. Oh, I love these festivities, ma'ams. I just have to do a number 2 before I fire off a number 1. If you know what I mean.
Say no more. That's where I just came from. I don't like doing my 2s in public. So there's a private bathroom on the 3rd floor right next to the computer server room. It's the greatest place. It's quiet. It's cool from all the computers. It's excellent. I knitted a sock up there. I was up there for so long. Look at this. And she pulls out a knitted sock.
Wow, B, that is a heck of a... And I just run in, push the button, and the door closes.
Oh, dear. It's just a gun warmer. I thought he'd like it. And she shoves a pistol into the sock and just goes back to the party.
Inside the elevator, Roy is like, I think I'm in over my fucking head, dude. But quickly, he's going to go to the 3rd floor. The elevator's open, and he walks out, and immediately he sees people walking up and down the hall, and he's like, God fucking damn it. This would have been a lot easier if... And then somebody else, like, approaches him.
Hola.
Hello. Hola, ¿cómo estás? My amigo.
Sí. We clean.
Oh, my God. Oh, you clean well. You do good. Where can I find the restroom here on this floor?
You know from here?
No, I'm from here. I just I've had a lot to drink. You know, the festivities downstairs. For some reason, we're mixing alcohol and firing off firearms, so I just a little tipsy. Ooh, where's the bathroom? Oh, it's over here. Found it. Thank you.
No, you know from here.
No, I swear, I swear. I'll catch you later. Gosh, I hope that guy doesn't say anything to anybody. And I'm like quickly walking down the hall.
He reaches over to a gun lapel that is over on his collar, and he pushes a button on it. We may have a problem on the 3rd floor.
It cuts to downstairs. It's like da 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 da, and like every time like it's on the beat, you're like firing off another weapon.
Me and the boy are just down there. Dun, 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 dun. Pow! Dun, 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 dun. Pow!
And it cuts back up, and I'm just sweating bullets. I find the bathroom that she's talking about, so then I look to the room next door to that, and it says, does it literally say server?
It says computer server room, and the sign is actually off kilter a little bit. It looks like this room is hardly ever really used for much of anything.
It cuts down. Why don't you talk about what Roy or what Ash is doing?
So we already bobbed for grenades at this point. You're taking longer than we expected. We came in 2nd place. It was kind of bullshit. And after that, our faces are a little bit messed up from dunking our heads in the water, but it's fine. And then now we're having a clean the rifle blindfolded contest. And I didn't even enter it, but for some reason the boy is doing fucking amazing, and I am just cheering him on. Oh yeah. I found a drink vendor. I've had a couple drinks, and this is pretty much the fucking time of my life. I have never been more proud as a parent than this random kindergarten event that we went to. And like, there's been a couple times where I've had to push down a couple kindergartners, but the boy's been right there to back me up. And then it's been the time of my life.
So you're standing there with your raffle tickets waiting for them to call the raffle for not 1, not 2, but 3,000 rounds of ammunition. And you notice like a bunch of people keep like leaning over and whispering at each other and start walking inside the building.
Oh, shit. Boy. We might have been compromised. Where did you get that corn dog? That looks fucking amazing. Okay. I'm going to go get a corn dog too, and then we're going to go find Roy, okay? And the raffle numbers are, okay, after the raffle and after the corn dog, we're going to find Roy.
It cuts back up to Roy, and he is just fucking like drenched in sweat. Like his clothes are just like fucking sopping
It's
wet.
leaving a trail from the door. Oh, and he's walking.
He's sitting in the computer, and this thing looks like a fucking like CRT monitor, like fucking DOS. Like it is old school as hell, but it does have the USB 17 star shape.
Yeah.
And he plugs it in, and immediately gets a password screen. It's like, please enter password. And I'm like, well, fuck. Like, Inferno didn't tell me anything about a password. Let me see. Guns, denied. Firearms, denied. Gunco, access granted. And I'm like, well, great. I'm glad that the weapons provider for the entirety of Beacon City uses its own name as its password. There's absolutely nothing concerning there. And then from there, he just starts to like log in, follows directions. Infernal gave him very specific directions on how to almost do like a hacking type of deal and where to install and drag and drop the file. And it begins to happen, and you can see that it's like running through a directory, and it's inserting names and IDs, and it's adding. It doesn't just add me and you; it adds a number of fake people, like for proxy, because we're assuming maybe we get her out, and we've added Inferno. We've just added a number of placeholders so that we can swap people in potentially as needed, and the process is going really well. And then I start to hear like an unlocking of the door.
Me and the boy walk in with holding corn dogs.
Oh, thank God, Roy. I thought you were somewhere else. I was getting real nervous.
Roy, did you know that there's a key in these guns? It's crazy, the things you learn down in the festivities down there.
Well, I'm glad you've been having fun while I've been trying to figure out how to say proxy, huh? I think she'd find all this really funny, wouldn't she?
Instant look of shame comes across my face, and then I take another bite of corn dog.
But then from behind you, somebody's like, hey, partners, what are you doing in our old school server room? We didn't even know these computers still existed. Ain't that right, my friend? And he looks at his buddy, who's this like big buff security guard looking guy.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. It's just my little boy here had to use the bathroom, and there's a bathroom up here, so that's what we were doing, and we just got lost.
I just can't help but notice the bathroom is in the room over there, and you're in the room over here. What's the likelihood of that, friend? And he walks in, and the other guy steps through the door at the entryway, and then they close the door behind them and lock it. And we'll end there. Well, Nate, another great week, and I'm proud of us. We have officially recorded more than one episode in 60 days. We have officially launched more than one episode in 60 days. I think we can say we are officially back, my guy.
We're back. We're on a roll. Nobody can stop us, not even Gunco.
Not even Gunco. Oh, man. We are not political or affiliated with any party. We just thought it would be really fun to have kids with guns at a work event. I thought that was hilarious.
It was hilarious. Everyone, if you're new to the show, we don't do politics, we don't do religion, we just make jokes. So
we don't care.
Yeah, sorry, not really.
If for some reason this episode offended you,
leave a comment.
Leave a comment. Yes.
Yeah, you fucker. Leave a comment. I dare you.
And as always, so go ahead, click the text, send us a text. If you want to send us a message in Spotify, go ahead and leave a comment in the podcast episode within the Spotify interface. Or if you're feeling really supportive and kind-hearted on this day of the week that you are listening, go ahead and click the episode link or the support our show link in the episode description, and you can give us a monthly subscription, because honestly it would be nice to even break even on some of the software used to edit
and make it worth Nate's time doing all this crazy editing that he has to do.
Please God. Nate gets to hop on and enjoy an hour to 90 minutes of his night, and then I spend 16 hours of my next 2 weeks editing this shithole into a polished
I'm
piece of
sorry.
It's good. Alrighty, folks. Thanks for listening, and we'll be coming up soon on the Paradigm Games.
Thank you, and have a good night.
Congratulations, you've survived another episode of Daft Monks. Did you enjoy the episode? Do you love the show? Do you want to pay for our dental plan? If so, I think it's only fair that you show Nat One some love in return. No, not that kind of love. Please, put it away. Oh, I meant follow us on our social medias and all that good stuff. Simply click the links in the episode description to follow us on our Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, or click support our show to make a monthly contribution to help pay for all the expensive software Nate subscribes to. And don't worry, other Nate will see the money eventually as it grows, but not anytime soon. I promise. Lastly, do you want even more Nat One goodness? Of course you do. Who wouldn't? Then click the prequel podcast link to listen to our experimental first season of podcasting for 50+ more episodes of conspiracy theories, messy one-shot campaigns, and of course, all of your favorite Nat One hijinks. Now, thank you a ton, and we will talk to you next week.